Hey folks, this is ToughCrowd, the show that will end all world problems or die trying. Now, a lot of black people I know say whites are racist. Really? Is that why we try to walk, talk, and act like you? It's just the opposite. All most whites want is to be told they're cool by a black person before they die. You see a white guy in a good mood, what's up? Black dude said I was just like a brother. Hey, congratulations. I can't wait till I get certified. It's gonna be on your job application soon. You're gonna be like, well, sorry, black dude said you were cool, it says here. Is that true? Yeah, it was 3-on-3. He said I played like a brother. Oh. Can I call him to verify this? No, this phone shut off, actually. But I ask you, why is it uncool to be white? I've actually heard many times in the past 10 years, white kids come up to me and talk badly about somebody and describe him as a real white guy. Really white. You know, this is from other white people, self-hating whites. When did white become a derogatory term used by white people to describe other white people? Nick, why is it so uncool to be white?
Because Suge Knight says so. Who's gonna argue with him? I'll tell you when it became uncool to be white. Since that got nothing. Jesus Christ.
Have a sip of time.
Shut up, dude. You look like a burnt biscuit. Now look. What did I say? Come on, don't touch me, will you? This ain't prison.
You're uncool.
You know when it became uncool to be white? After all these Super Bowl parades, when the black, athletes make the white dorky guy dance. You know, we don't make the black athlete read his contract out loud, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's when it became uncool.
No, it became uncool when you wear these pants that fit exactly how they're supposed to. Tight around the ankles, stains on them is fantastic. Let me tell you something. Here's why white people are uncool. They try to be black, but they still try to have white style. Like, look at Colin's dread, this corduroy. It's pure trying to be black, but trying to keep a whiteness to it. But it fits exactly. Do you see how black people's clothes, they kind of fit? Now stand up for a second, Greg. Just stand 1 second. You see how Greg's pants fit?
He's spat.
Yeah. That's why they don't make it.
By the way,
Oh, applause for the black guy.
That's right,
Yeah.
racist.
yeah.
Chicken.
By the way, Patrice, it's good to see you've learned to talk without saying hey, hey, hey first.
Listen.
Yeah, all right.
That was a good one, independent film hair. Your playing messiness. Shut up.
Well, let me ask you this. Clothes aside, you guys may have had a flash and flare, and you don't anymore, by the way, but you may have had something when I was coming up. But why is it uncool for blacks to be part of the white world?
Because they don't. I think white people don't have anything to fight. Black people have like a grudge. They have a fight. They have a
grudge.
thing to, yeah, they do have a grudge. They have a bit of a grudge, right?
Not kidding.
I mean,
What's that date back to?
White people.
Well, this whole sellout thing is so, it's like, I'm half Colombian, half Spanish. I've had people say that I'm a sellout, that I'm a self-hating Latino, and luckily I don't care what those greasy wetbacks think, but it happens to me all the time.
Right, because you went to law school and Harvard and all these good schools, right?
Yeah.
No, why does that mean it's white if he just goes to law school?
That's not us
right?
that's saying it. We're saying black people
But
say that.
they say Brian Gumbel acts white, right?
Yes.
I mean, no, he's like a newscaster. I couldn't be a newscaster
But
with
white
my
people
accent.
don't say black people act white. Black people say white people act white.
Brian Gumbel's an asshole in any race.
It's not. Look, it's not the diction. See, a lot of people think because when you use diction, it's an attitude, man. It's a certain kind of posture. It's a good when you got a good posture and when everything's delivered. Like black people I have to move, but it's funny how people like white people can just go and without move. See, I have to move. You see how stiff Greg? He's stiff as a board.
He's Spanish.
He's Spanish, right?
Greg's white.
No.
There's no way he's Spanish.
Say he's white.
See, even that, he
I
feels
bet-
like
I know.
That could be a compliment to be called white.
I bet it's pesos he's not Spanish. I'll give him a
First of all, that's another stereotype. There are white people in.
Do you see how he's delivering it?
Let him finish there, will you? Look at these
But that's the other thing. If the way black comedians talk about whites, like, oh yes, sir, they all do that. If we walked around and go, yo, what's up? I'd be like, oh my God, he's a...
No, we don't.
I do,
No
but
way.
most of them
I don't
don't.
talk like that.
Shut up.
You doing
You shut up. That That was intelligent. Shut up.
There you go. It comes from the heart sometimes.
So you're saying, basically what you're saying is your people are real and spontaneous from the heart?
Yes,
And we're a bunch of uptight people sitting on computers.
We start from here and work our way.
Yeah, and you stop
wait,
and you stop right about there.
Don't do that again, please.
You start here and you stop here.
White people start here.
Okay, ready? We could talk about this for 10 years, but let's move on. Let's move on to what, obviously, you know, black people had a nice run about 40 years where people were trying to emulate them. They're almost finished because they're actually becoming white, and you know I'm right.
Thank Christ.
So now, who's going to be the
So
next?
Eminem's not white anymore. He's officially
Who's
now.
the next race that's going to make it big in this country, or ethnic group? Because a lot of people are coming over.
Here's what I think. The best black people haven't really. We should be white people still are trying. You still have an arrogance there.
Get your hand out of my face,
Sorry.
dummy.
Sorry. We haven't made it until finally that you decide to merge with us and give us full racial cooperation so that we can make Puerto Ricans and Arabs the people that should be oppressed like they should be.
But listen to this. He's right. White people, it's true. White people still.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. White people do still have an arrogance. We don't have the humility that I see in the rap videos.
Yes.
Yeah,
Listen.
exactly.
What about Eminem? Black
Oh.
people are now being
Shut
forced
up.
to sniping to get a voice in this world. That's a white guy. Y'all thought he was white too. Shut up.
That was our happiest day when he was gone. All right, I think it comes down. Are we almost done? I think it comes down to this. Being cool is about accepting yourself as a white person who talks and acts black. Coming up, we're going to talk about monogamy. You're not even sure what that is, are you? It's cheating, stupid. Sue reminds me of Shirley Manson from Garbage. Men and women, is this ever going to work? If you're really going to understand where men are at, listen to this awful story. Bill Rutkowski is a comedian that I know. He's from some broke steel town in western Pennsylvania. One day he told me he was growing up. There were like no women around or something. Him and his friends would get down to the banks of whatever, the Allegheny, and hump the mud, take their pants down. And I know the girls are like, oh, how psychotic, and guys are like, oh, the right rainfall consistency. You can see where the, you know. The reason I tell you this story is to let women know that all these magazines trying to figure us out as if we're on the same thought process. Remember, when all else fails, we'll grab onto Mother Earth herself and start humping, all right? This is what we are. And because of that, I ask you, Sue, to start off, what part of we're gonna cheat on you no matter what don't you women understand?
What part of we're gonna leave you, take all your money and your kids do you guys not understand?
You made that sound like a threat.
Wait a minute. Who wrote that for you?
Hey, I wrote it for myself.
Why does Sue keep looking at me like
Because you told me to shut up and I'm still mad at you.
Well, he just... See, it's the way you say it. He just called it dumb, but it was well done, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, you can't just say shut up on the
And the
show.
black guy got blamed. It worked out perfect.
You know, I've cheated a lot.
Really?
But,
that shit?
I'm just saying that. You
But
guys who
no,
cheats with you guys.
I have cheated a lot, but people always use that biological thing as the excuse, like, well, men are biologically programmed to cheat, you know.
Excuse.
But it's not. I mean, we're biologically programmed to do a lot of things. You know, we're biologically programmed to, you know, to kill people and take their food.
Well,
you know,
Mexicans are biologically programmed to have
Those are-
4,000 kids, so that's the... Nothing. Shut
Shut up!
that was good.
There you go.
You climbed all the way down from the Empire State Building.
come on.
Why when he said says it gets alive.
That's what the show's about.
He's one time,
That's what the show is about.
Wait a minute.
What? Wait, Nick wants a moment of sanity.
All right.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Is that a true story about the riverbank?
Yeah. Wait. And it's true. Bill Lukowski, you ever meet a comedian who looks like Joe Mantegna? He used to go down to the riverbank and have sex with the mud.
Because my girlfriend rubs mud in her face before she goes to bed. I hope it's not from Pennsylvania.
Well, if you have a kid who looks like Mantegna someday.
I don't know why it's such a big deal. Girls use ballpark franks.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Yes, they plump when you cook them.
Hey, no product placement on this show.
Shut up.
That was product placement.
That one you wrote.
Jesus Christ. Say something about that one. I'm King Kong when I say something.
Well, that wasn't aimed at me.
She said it with pride, too. Ballpark
Correctly.
Franks.
Don't worry.
Boston Heck. Look, there's 10 women to every...
Wait.
Sorry, Doctor.
He's
There's
boring you.
10 women to every one guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We supposed to cheat. Not only do I have my 10, I have, there's dead dudes, I got their 10. Gay dudes, I got their 10. Dudes doing life and retarded dudes, they don't even know they got 10. I'm gonna take their 10. Unless he catch me, give me back my 10. And I'll just be like,
Patrice, I just want to know where Patrice is meeting all these women because he stayed at my apartment a couple of years
Where do you
ago.
think he's meeting them?
Wait
Weight
a minute.
Watchers.
on top of the
Again.
Empire State Building, King Kong.
He
Shut
stayed at
up.
my apartment. You shut up.
Oh, not you. I'm
Said it, not
sorry,
me.
sorry.
Wait.
You're dizzy blonde, he's black, and I'm Italian. Wake up.
Spit it out.
Everybody, shut up. Go ahead.
He
Hate
stayed
this
at my
show.
apartment. It was a 6th-floor walk-up for 2 weeks, and he never left because he couldn't make it back down the stairs.
Oh, another fat joke?
That is
Yes.
really... And if it's true, that's even worse. So
Is it sad?
You're revealing a nice thing.
He
a
made me
vulnerable
go
moment.
shopping for him.
He did say, oh.
Really?
Yes, you like
How many
that.
pounds of ribs?
You like that.
Okay.
Shut up!
Easy,
Jesus.
folks. You can't
Oh,
moan
you're
that.
so
You have to
racist,
laugh.
What do
Nick.
you
I didn't
think?
come on and be insulted for being a
Oh,
black
see
man.
that, folks?
Daily Show.
Oh,
on.
the racism.
Listen to me.
Bunch of whining Jews.
He's right. No, it's not. They're not, Nick, they're not just whining Jews. There's a lot of other white
That's
faces.
true.
Let's ask this question. I don't know. I can go back to these questions when people are like slurring and slandering every other thing.
Yes.
And I go back to some question from like the Jenny Jones show. Can men and women really be friends? No. Let's talk about cheating physically and emotionally, because I
Oh.
think a lot of women, they say they cheat emotionally, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, because
they
they're
know.
exhausted from taking care of the guys.
Oh, another funny one. Shut up. Look, the women, who
She
cares?
needs your help on this one.
I mean, who
That's
cares?
where the ladies supposed to go,
Who
yeah!
are you sleeping with?
What?
Come
Wait.
on, I want to know who she's cheating with to get on the show.
Man.
Let's
No,
let
no,
that
no,
one
no, no,
die.
no.
Let's let that one just sit
We
there
know
like
it's
a bad
stuff, but he's
fart.
suffering in his own
Look.
little self. Have some more.
Spit it out there, Star Jones. Go ahead. It's finally a reference they can understand.
You know what?
That was a good sip of timing.
The only system that worked was when women wouldn't have sex until marriage, because it made guys get married because you kept that focus, that energy that you have before you have sex with a girl. And then in the 60s, women wanted feminism and equality. Men tricked them and said, yes, you're right, you can be like us. They're like, yeah, you can have sex whenever you want, don't get married, don't worry about it. Yeah. They're like, no, we just wanted jobs, we want to keep the marriage. It's too late. We tricked you, ladies, okay? So, we have to go to a commercial. If we go to a commercial, will you promise to wait for me, darling? All right. Hey, guys, those first two acts were really off the hook. Great job. TRL, today's race line. As you know, each week we do a countdown to give you the lowdown of where your ethnicity lands here in the melting pot this week. Vive la différence, that's what I like to say. People often say to me, is it a countdown to oblivion or is it just like the real TRL? Well, if you think the real TRL is not a countdown to oblivion on some level, I guess we see things differently. All right, debuting at number 10 is Ireland. They recently disbanded the IRA. Listen, Ireland, you don't make any moves without your American cousins who've been coughing it up all these years, all right? Yeah, we have to go to fundraisers at those awful Bronx VFW halls where everybody has to pretend that we're raising money for an orphanage in Donegal, all right? Meanwhile, how many orphanages need 400 Kalashnikov rifles and half a ton of C4? That's my question. At number 9, Afghanistan. They've reopened Al-Qaeda training camps in Afghanistan. What do we have to do to get them to listen to us? Bomb the craters from the last bombs? Look, you can't put a hole in a hole. It's metaphysical, folks, all right? Coming in, number 8, the Democratic Republic of Congo. The DRC, the notorious DRC, gets some chart action for ending its 4-year-old civil war. But choosing 4 vice presidents from Rwanda and Uganda, you'll be counting your next election by a show of severed hands, all right? Now, at big number 7 are the French. All right, this time you've really done it, France. Recently, in the French paper Le Monde, you called us, the United States, their new real enemy. In that smelly restaurant that you call a country in which you sat the Germans at a table for 25,000, and your idea of resistance was to tell Hitler you were out of the 33 Rothschild. Listen to me. Put out your cigarettes and get back to what you do best, rolling your eyes at people. All right. Clocking in at number 6. Number 6, the Egyptians. I see you call our offer of $29 million in annual aid transparent. Well, I'll tell you what else is transparent, the way you guys wear concerned looks while low-fiving each other after each Hezbollah suicide bombing. Did I say Hezbollah and that's why I didn't get a laugh instead of Hezbollah? That really annoys me. I look like a real dope. New at number 5 are the Canadians. Some Saskatchewan Indian chief got in trouble for suggesting the Nazis were justified in trying to get rid of the Jews. Hey, Chief Trentlot, don't piss off the Jews. Who do you think is paying to see those Neil Sedaka Sunday nooners at your casino, stupid? All right. At number 4 is Somalia. You really are something, Somalia. It's bad enough your disastrous country gave Josh Hartnett a movie he was actually good in. Now, you lay out the red carpet for the Kenyan suicide bombers. If Iman wasn't attached to David Bowie, we'd deport her. And don't think I didn't hear the girls going, oh, about the Josh Hartnett thing. Ladies, I never get that kind of love, and it pisses me off. I've been on a lot. Up 3 spots from last week at number 3, the North Koreans, for planning to reactivate a nuclear power plant. Does everyone in this world think they're a tough guy all of a sudden? North Korea, let's put it in perspective. You're a country where the top item on the menu is called Best in Show. All right, look. You're the only people... No, that was in bad taste, but this is the truth. You're the only people who have to cancel dinner because the main course is playing with the kids. You need to check yourself. Oh, ooh. That was nasty. Thank God it didn't have Josh Hartnett in it. Then we really... That would have really been edgy. Look who grabbed number 2, our old friends Iran. Some reformist professor got a death sentence for questioning an interpretation of the Quran. See, if he'd done that in this country in a college, he wouldn't get in trouble because nobody would be listening in class, all right? You know why? Walkmans equals tolerance. Now, this is what I'm saying. When I say now, this is what I'm saying, I was just saying that to kind of flow as the laugh happened. I wasn't... And still at number 1, Iraq. Saddam Hussein just commissioned a Quran to be written in his own blood. Well, the good thing is that he doesn't have an exaggerated sense of his own importance, I think. Writing the Quran in your own blood is like if I made them put me in a Saturday Night Live sweatshirt at my funeral. You know what I'm saying? I don't really even know if that joke makes sense, but it's something funny about it, you know what I mean? All right, who knows what the chart will look like next week? The Saudis are overdue, and I don't want to give away any American military secrets, but Denmark, watch your back. That my 70s Irish corduroy threads have now become dressed in black. Don't think. But, wow. I just think we should all, as comedians, sit in that bomb for a second, because I've never really sat there and appreciated what that feels like.
At least they're fair. They're not laughing at everybody, including the host.
Michael Douglas has to pay $1 million to Catherine Zeta if he cheats. Did you know that? It's in the prenup, I read somewhere. And, so that's pretty amazing. That's his story. If she comes in, he's got to have a good go-to story to get out of that $1 million debt. What are your go-to stories if you get caught cheating? Greg, you're Spanish. You guys must have $1 million.
Honey, these private investigators are morons. Who are you going to believe? Some broken-down, failed mall cop and his videotapes and stacks of pictures and DNA evidence or me, your husband. And besides, you smashed my guitar, so we're even, right? I mean, it was a great guitar, and she was a really fat girl, so, no?
All right, Patrice.
Well, thanks, Colin. Well, I would tell her, hey, sweetie, this has nothing to do with you. Stop being so selfish. What does my sex life with a stranger have to do with our love? Now beat it.
Sue.
I'm sorry. It's just that when we're having sex, you're always yelling faster, faster, harder, harder. And I just thought that meant you wanted me to get better. So I was just practicing.
Nikki.
I don't cheat. I have, I don't have I have go-to stories, plural, and none of these work, because you can't use the same story every time. Next card, please. Thank you. This one didn't work. Yeah, that's a used condom under the bed, but I used it to masturbate so I wouldn't waste the paper towels.
I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
That is not a hickey on my neck. I got splashed with hot oil at the San Gennaro feast. That is not a hickey on my balls. I got splashed with hot oil at the San Gennaro feast. Yeah, that's a red pubic hair because I let Sully borrow my underwear last week.
Good. That's the picture I want for my wall, is you telling that with his giant Suge Knight hand with the ring right there.
I know, I felt like Fay Ray.
I felt him losing it. I just wanted to help him out a little bit, yeah.
All right, my technique is the old
Thanks,
Meisner acting technique. We just repeat what the other person said till it sounds like they think they're crazy. Girlfriend's like, hey, there's a girl. Yeah, there's a girl in the other room. You were sleeping with her. Yeah, that's why she's there, because I was going to sleep with her. Well, she was naked. Yeah, oh, she's naked. I took a girl to the house, put her in the other room so I could sleep with her while you were out. Oh, I really sold that one. Anyway, a lot of you think you're slick and you've gotten away with cheating. Well, you haven't. You know how after you say your pathetic alibi, you still feel a little something you can't quite put your finger on? That's because it's eating at your soul, courtesy of a man you might have heard of, name of God. Sound familiar? Sleep tight. Have a good night.